Hi, Brother Sewing and Crafting family. I'm Angela Wolf, and I'm taking over the Brother Sews YouTube and Facebook page. And I have two special guests today. We are continuing with our Apron Sew Along. So down in the lobby, I have Reen and Molly just waiting to teach me how to sew the rest of the apron. We've got today and tomorrow, and that thing is wrapped up, ready for Memorial Day weekend. So pop in, say hi. If you've never been to the show before, you can go back and watch the previous videos to catch up. And if you want to watch a replay of this one, just share it to your page, or you can come back to Brother Sews and watch it later. So I see you all rolling in. Say where you're from. Don't forget about that part. I think this week we have had every single portion of the whole entire world. We've had so many countries in here sewing with us. It's awesome. So just give me a little heads up that you can hear me okay, and I'm going to bring the girls up. By the way, are you sewing along with us? Hey, Wolfpack. I love it when you all roll in first. Are you sewing along with us? That's the big question, because Molly has a private group, and I've watched some of the photos coming up, and they're gorgeous. Your aprons are beautiful. So, all right. Yep, you can hear that. Oh, whose anniversary? Hey, happy anniversary. Very nice. I'm in Southwest Michigan, and it is sunny and gorgeous. And if I look a little tired, it's because I had 3 little nephews visit, and they keep you very busy. Oh, but they're so fun. Priceless times. All right, let's bring the girls up. Let me just make sure they're ready. Hi, girls. How are you?
Hi.
Good. So if you're new to the show, there's Reen, other way, Reen Wilcoxson from Embroidery Garden. And then we have Molly Madison from Molly Made down below. And that's whose apron I'm actually going to be sewing. We are on to some new steps. And then Reen has a really special project for you guys. And I misspoke in the comments. I said she was designing it in my design center, but she has the files for you that you can download for free. And she's going to show you how to put it together. That's so cute, Reen.
Yeah, we did the My Design Center one. We did that last week.
Yeah, so I wanted to remind you guys, you can go back, and this was the My Design Center one. And you can go back and watch it. This was from, was it last Friday, Reen? I think?
Friday or Thursday or Friday, I can't remember.
It's hard to keep track anymore. So just out of curiosity, are you all sewing along with us? Because we are ready to, I have all my pieces cut out today. I'm a little ahead of the game. I don't want to shock you girls, but I'm actually ahead of the game. So who wants to go first? Molly, you want me to sew a little bit and then we'll have Reen do her project, or does that sound good with you girls?
Well, how about if I show you how to do the business card holder first?
Oh, that sounds good. Let's do the business card holder.
I'll move over to my table.
Okay. We'll see you in just a moment. All right, she's moving over. So, Reen, that little scissor case, does that fit 4-inch scissors?
Yes, the little 4-inch scissors will fit in here. It's going to have quilting on the backside and around the flap. And it's a real quick stitch, real easy to do. So I hope everybody's ready to sew along.
That's a really cute one. I have one here too, in case you guys were wondering. Now, I cannot take credit for this. Reen sent it to me because she knows I love her stuff. Thank you. And your mail is fast.
It told me it was going to not be there until today. So I guess it got there quick.
Lynn, I'm with you. She said she can't multitask. She has to watch and then do the same. Reen, Kelly says, thank you for sharing your design with everyone.
Oh, you're welcome, Kelly.
All right, so I see some of you asking, so if you haven't been following along, I'm using Molly's apron, which there's links on my blog, and there I have our websites down below. Wait, that's the wrong website. I have Emily's website on there. Let's see, let me find the right one for you. I'll find it and bring it up. I think it's, yeah, here it is. That's right. I just have Emily's in there too. You know, Emily was in here on Monday. So you can find links to that, and Molly's apron you can download. It's a purchase, or you can use a pattern that you already have. It's totally your choice. I'm doing Molly's because I thought it was so cute. So, all right, Molly, let's see if I can bring her back up here. Hi, Molly. Can you hear us?
Hi. Is that kind of dark?
No, you look, we can see it good.
Okay. Looks dark to me.
And we can hear you.
All right.
All right, so I'm going to bring.
Made.
Oh, you actually made yours. That's so cute.
I made my scissors case. All right, I wanted to tell you about the business card holder, and then you're going to sew it. This one here I made in the hoop. I have created a design to make the business card holder in the hoop, and it's a free design. You can get it in my private group. It's called Molly Made Designs. And it's the same thing as the one we're going to sew. Same thing, just done in the hoop. And this one has some heart design on it. So anyway,
And
we're
I
going
would
to start.
I would do mine in the hoop today, except I have my machine already set up for sewing and I don't want to stop it. So I'll sew and then they can go to your group and figure out how to do the in the hoop thing. Sound good?
Yeah, the instructions are there too.
All right.
All right, so for the business card holder, we need piece E and pieces L. There's 2 of piece L. So I have piece E. I marked it with X's for the wrong side because I have black fabric and it all looks the same. You're going to press it in half. That becomes the pocket. And then we're going to make a sandwich with these 3 pieces of fabric. Piece L is going to be right sides together, matched up with the pocket in between, and the folded part is in the center. Okay. Then we're going to stitch a 1/2 inch seam all the way around on the left, the top, and down to the bottom again.
Okay, but not on the bottom.
Right, leave the bottom open.
Okay.
Do you want to do that and then we'll go to the next step, or should I go through the whole thing?
Maybe I should go do that. Let me go to my screen and then you guys tell me if I got the right pieces here. So I have the business card. You said L, right?
Yeah, L and E.
I have L, and then I already have all my pieces cut. I think it's turning out really cute. Okay, where's E? I have E somewhere. E is, oh yeah, this piece right here. So I have this piece folded, and then I have these 2 right here. So you said to have, let's see, the curved part in the top. Did you say these are right sides together? These here?
Correct. Yeah.
Okay. And then this piece here that has the fold, does the fold goes up into the center part, right?
Correct.
All right. And then I stitch all the way around. How big of a seam allowance?
1/2 inch.
All right, I'll go do that. That way I don't squirrel. I don't want to squirrel and then forget and make you repeat it. So, all right, so I'm going to just bring this up and take you to my sewing machine. Hey, I saw so many comments yesterday about the black button on here and also about the directional sewing. Yeah, a lot of people didn't even realize they had that on their machine or they haven't used it in a long time. So that was kind of cool. All right, so I leave the bottom open and I just stitch all the way around with a 1/2 inch seam allowance.
Right.
I feel that. I'm leaning over my camera, so this is always like one of those, if it's crooked, I take no credit, or I should say I take all credit. One more stitch. All right. Well, you're gonna have to trust me because the stitching is on light thread, but I stitched all the way around. So I'll meet you back at the screen.
Okay.
All right. So let's see. What else do you have? All right, I got it.
Okay. Okay, this is what you've done just now.
Yeah.
But now you need to trim a 1/4 inch off all the way around, notch your curves, and clip the corners.
All right, I have to find my scissors.
The lawn mowing scissors.
Yeah. I wonder, I had everything ready, but scissors. Where the heck would I put my scissors? Okay, hold on a second. I have paper cutting scissors over here. Oh, I have a different pair. I'll use this pair today. trim it quarter of an inch, and then, you know,
Flip the
it's
corners and notch your curves a little bit.
Could you use pinking shears if you wanted to? I know somebody's going to ask that. They always do when I say about
I
notching.
bet you could, as long as you don't cut your thread.
All right, and I got the corners.
Okay.
It's hard to see. I have to tell you, it's hard to see the cream thread on top of, hopefully I didn't just cut my stitch line, but oh well. If I do, at least you'll know that you won't be the only one if you did that. Okay, so now what?
Okay, at the bottom, there's going to be, you've got that pocket in the middle. We're going to turn it right side out. And you could turn it on either side of that pocket. So just turn it right side out, push out the corners, and round out the curve.
It's like a little
And-
puppet.
Yeah, and press.
An oven mitt.
Yeah. And then after you press it, you're going to stitch all along that bottom, right through all the layers. Stitch 1/4 inch.
All right, hold on a sec. I'm just going to run and press it real quick. I don't have a camera over there, so you're going to have to trust me on that one.
Okay.
Oh, this is cute. I just realized something though. So, I have a question for you, Molly.
Uh-huh.
So now that this is open, okay, but I could have this on either side. So if I have it like this, and this is my pouch, and I go like this, I mean, that matches, but the letters are upside down on this side. So I could technically use this side instead, right? That way, when this is down, I have more of a, it's not as
After we
obvious.
stitch that bottom 1/4 inch, we're going to turn it through the pocket. So it's going to be turned through the pocket. Let's see. So,
But this
so
could
whatever
really,
fabric,
this little flap could
fabric-
be on either side, right?
yeah, it could.
Okay, so I think I'm going to go with this side. I don't know. You guys vote. Do you think this looks better if this was the pocket when it's finished? Or, because that has some pink in it. Or should I have it where, like that? Then the letters are upside down here, and they're right side up here.
I like
I
the pink
actually-
better.
Yeah, I do too. What do you guys think?
Pink.
I'm reading the comments. Pink on the, everybody says pink. All right, pink it is. That's cute. And then you don't notice that, I mean, these letters are upside down, but you can hardly know. So this way, right guys? Okay, so I go and stitch across the bottom. Through all the layers?
But then, no, you need to turn it the other way, flip it around so that pink is on the inside before you stitch it at the bottom.
Oh, like that?
Because then, yeah, yes,
Okay.
trust me. I think.
Hey, Rhonda.
You're gonna stitch a 1/4 inch at the bottom,
Okay.
and then we're gonna flip it through that pocket, and that will make the pink flap come around to the front.
All right. I'll trust you on this one.
Gosh, I hope I'm correct.
Well, guess what? If you're wrong, then it'll be the other way.
Yeah, it wouldn't be the end of the world.
No, I'm push my little black button in so I can. You said 1/4 of an inch or 1/2 inch at the bottom?
1/4 inch.
Okay. Okay, there we go.
So
Now what?
yeah, clip the corners and trim it off to about 1/8 of an inch.
Okay. I'll come up here with you guys. Trim it off to 1/8 of an inch and trim the corners, right?
Right.
I should have used pink thread or something easy for you guys to see. So sorry about that. You're just going to, as I'm trusting Molly, you're just going to have to trust me. Voila. Okay.
Okay, now flip it around through the pocket. And your pink should be on the outside.
Look what Jane said. LOL. Trust me is the favorite thing I say to my students. All right.
And of course, we're poking out our corners as we go. And
if
pressing.
It's not, it'll be like real life. Yes, definitely. LOL. Oh, yeah. Hey, you got it right, Molly.
Oh, good. Okay. So here, one more thing we have to do before we're done with this pocket.
Okay.
You have the option of top stitching if you want to. It would show on your flap.
Okay.
So you don't really need to, but you can if you want to. If you did, that would go across here. The other thing I need you to do is measure up 5/8 inch from this pocket flap and draw a line. That's where the pocket is going to fold, and that'll be our guide when we sew it onto the apron. So at some point, use some kind of marking tool to make a line straight across 5/8 inch above your pocket flap.
Okay, I'll go do that now.
Okay.
Hold on. Oops, wrong camera. I'll take you over here. I think, so just to make sure, I'll skip the top stitching right now because I can do that later. Well, no, I really couldn't, but I don't need the top stitch. So I'm going to refind my ruler here. Here we go. So 5/8 of an inch up from the fold.
Right.
You shouldn't use a red pen, right?
No.
Let's see. See if I have some chalk that everyone can see. I have yellow chalk. Why don't we use that? So this is just clay chalk, which will run off. I think that's 5/8 of an inch. Sure looks like it. No. There. That's 5/8 of an inch. One. Okay. I think that's right. So now you can see that,
Yeah.
right? Okay, do I have to press that or anything?
I'm sorry?
Do I have to press that? Or am I good?
Yes. Yeah. You should press it.
So should I press it like that's the fold where I press it?
You don't have to, but you can.
All right, I'll do that just so I can see what it's going to look like.
Okay.
Okay, here I come. Got it. There's my line. I like this side. This is cute. Okay, now what?
That's it. This is ready to be sewn on when we get to that point.
Awesome.
So that's it. And are we going to have Reen come up and show us how to make that scissor case? And then we'll do the rest of the apron?
Sure, that sounds great. All right, Reen, no pressure, but you're on.
Hi, everyone. Have you gotten your design downloaded, loaded onto your machine, and should have your stabilizer hooped? It's a lightweight cutaway stabilizer. And your pieces cut out. And there are only 3 pieces of fabric and a piece of batting. 2 of the pieces of fabric are the exact same size, and then you have a folded piece. So to start, we're going to take the piece of batting and put one of the big pieces of fabric on top of it. Right side up, the fabric is right side up on top of the batting. And don't worry that my batting is bigger than my piece of fabric. I just quickly cut my batting piece. And we're going to take that and we're going to place it centered in the hoop, just like this. Smooth it all out. Put it on the machine. And we're going to stitch the first step. The first step is going to stitch all that pretty quilting and a couple of placement lines for us. This is the longest part of the design right now is stitching this quilting. The quilting that's on here came out of the machine, basically. It's the same quilting pattern that is in PE Design, which is what I use to create this design for you. And it's also built into the machine. Last week, I showed you how to create the scissor case. And this is just one of them I didn't put anything on this one. I just left it plain. And I did this one. I showed you how to do it in my design center on the machine. But this little one, I created it in my software. So the scissor case, it's a small case. It fits a 5x7 hoop, and it holds little 4-inch scissors. These are those little scissors that basically you get with every Brother machine that you buy, and they just are going to slide into a pocket, and it's going to snap closed. And we're also going to put a little hanging tag on the side, so you can hang it off of Molly's apron if you want to, or your bag, or anything like that.
That's awesome. And also, hey, Arlene, I see that you asked that question. So the pattern for this, Reen has on her site. She has the pattern that you can download no matter what machine you have, and that will fit in any hoop. So, I mean, you should be able to do that on any Brother machine.
Right. And I did a couple of them, like this one I did in black fabric with gold metallic thread. And this one, same one that I sent Angela, cotton fabric and just regular embroidery thread on here.
I love that.
Yeah, and this one I stitched out of cork, but this is a really thin type of cork, which I ended up getting this cork at an event I did at a Brother dealer sometime early last year. A lot of the dealers that they sell fabric probably carry this type of cork. It's the really thin stuff. You know, if you can see it on this little attaching loop here, it's very, very thin. That's why I was able to turn it.
Well, that's great. And also, I see a ton of you asking what Reen's website is and Molly's website, and mine. It's at the bottom of the screen, so you can see it's scrolling on there, okay?
Yeah, the file, actually, I put a link to it on my site's Facebook page, because I just put it in a Dropbox because I didn't want a bunch of heavy traffic going to my site right now just to get the design. So I made it accessible to everyone through a Dropbox.
That makes it really easy. And the other thing, Reen, I added it to, if you go to angelawolf.com and click on blog, I have a whole blog with all the videos we've done all week and all the links to Molly's stuff and to Reen's. So if you scroll down after yesterday's video, there's a link to her Dropbox. So trying to make it easy for you to find.
So you should be getting close to getting the quilting done. Like I said, this is the longest part of the whole design is the quilting. It's all triple stitched, so it really stands out and it's really pretty.
Oh, I can't wait to see it. As someone's asking, oh, I see Molly's zipper under there.
It is pretty stitching.
It is.
So hopefully people are stitching along right now because it is a very quick design to do.
Hey, here's a question for you that you might be able to answer. Linda wants to know, what kind of thread do you use for sewing cork? Anything special or just the universal poly thread?
Just the basic embroidery, regular embroidery thread. On this one that I did in the cork, I used metallic thread. So, I mean, you can use anything. Doesn't matter.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you can see it shine a bit. So yeah, just stitching on cork doesn't require any special thread, any special needle, or anything. You can just stitch away on it.
Carolyn's stitching away. Everybody's stitching. All right. We're stitching with you. Oh, Molly, I think you have more things up for me too. Fantastic.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So do you want me to start sewing while Reen is doing the embroidery part?
It's up to you.
Sure, why not? So
Okay,
Reen, you keep embroidering, but don't go to the next step until we're ready. But while you're doing that part, Molly, you let me know what I need to do.
Okay. Have you pressed this piece F yet, Angela?
I did. Yep.
Okay. So what I asked Angela to do earlier was take piece F and iron up one long edge, 1/4 inch before we started. So that's what she's done. And the next thing we want to do is lay it right sides together on top of piece M and stitch all the way across the other long edge, 3/8 of an inch seam. Remember I said the seam was a 1/2 inch unless otherwise noted. This is one spot where it's a different seam. It's 3/8 inch here.
Okay.
So,
And then stitch that all the way across? 3/8?
all the way, yeah, all the way across. And then we're going to press it around to the back after you get done. Press it so that you have a nice straight pop of color there, and then top stitch in the ditch.
Okay. So I'm going to bring all 3 of us up there, and I'm going to go so you watch to my other camera and let you tell me that I've got the right piece. All right. So I've got set M, right?
Piece M,
And this is the one that I've already pressed up a little edge. So now this part up here is folded, right?
Yeah, I forgot to mention that. It just stays folded. You cut it on the fold and it just stays folded.
Okay, well that makes it easy. And then I put this up here and stitch with a 3/8 of an inch all the way over. I'll do that first. That's it?
That's
Great.
it.
We'll go to the sewing machine. Okay. Oh, it's wrong camera. You want to watch me sew, right? Not walk away? All right, now I cut this strip a little bit longer because I'm always worried about having it too short. So if it's too long at the end, that's why. It's not that my fabric wasn't feeding evenly. So just for the record. Can you see this okay?
Yeah.
Okay. And now this end will be a little bit longer because I kind of eyeballed it and I think I cut it like 19 inches instead of the 18 and something that you had said.
It's okay.
Now I take this and I press this up.
Up and then to the back. And it's going to, your backside is going to come down a little bit lower because we want to catch that when we do this top stitching here.
Okay.
It's made like that on purpose. It doesn't join exactly the same place like binding would.
All right, I can handle that. Reen, are you done? I'm gonna go press while you show yours.
All right, so I've got the quilting done, and it did all the quilting, and it did 2 small placement lines on either side of the hoop. So we're going to take our folded piece of fabric, and we're going to place it so that the fold is even with those 2 placement lines, just like this. I've got the fold even, those 2 placement lines. This is such a small little thing. I'm not going to tape it. It doesn't really require any tape right here. Just put it back on the machine, lower the foot, and it's just going to stitch like a short line along the left-hand side. And while it's doing that, you can get your little hanging loop ready. Just going to take just a second to stitch this. So there's a little trick with the hanging loop. Now, if you want your loop to end up being on the left-hand side, like mine is when it's finished, we have to place the loop on the right-hand side during the construction. If you want the little loop on the right-hand side when it's done, you place it on the left-hand side during the construction. I like to have my loop on the left-hand side. So get your little loop. It's just a strip of fabric. I'm using an old tape measure. You could use ribbon. Put it through your piece of hardware if you have one. And I like to tape the ends together just because this is like slippery and I don't want it to shift when I'm stitching. So get your little loop ready. Then when we place it, what's important is the cut ends go to the outside of the hoop. And again, I want my loop to end up on the left-hand side when it's finished. So I'm placing it on the right-hand side. Let me get mine taped down and then I'll explain exactly where you need to place it. And you do want to use tape when you're putting taping this down. Okay, so I got it taped on the left-hand side. Let me get it really close. you can see that when it stitches this all together, it's going to stitch on the exact same line that it stitched before. So place it going straight across the top edge of the fold of the pocket, about 1/8 of an inch above the pocket, and make sure that the hardware is pointing towards the inside of the hoop. So get that in place. Mine moves, so let me get it taped down. Okay, don't stitch yet. Just get your little loop in place, just like this. And then we're going to take our last piece of fabric, place it right side down over the entire hoop. And if you want to tape this, you can. I like to use pins sometimes, so I'm going to just pin mine down at the top in the very, very bottom of the hoop, where it's going to be out of the stitch line. And then we're going to put the hoop back on the machine. So here's mine, all ready to go back on the machine to stitch the very last step. And while it's stitching around, just make sure that top fabric stays nice and flat, especially when it comes around to the right-hand side and it's going over that your little loop area. So I just kind of like to hold it and smooth it out a little bit. But as soon as it's done with this step, we're going to take it out of the hoop.
That looks good, Reen. That looks really good. Can we get this on a DVD? Hey, Loretta, no, but you can come back and watch anytime. So, all right. So for those of you that I saw somebody say, what's going on? Okay, I'm sewing an apron and Reen's doing a different project, but there was no sense in you sitting there watching her embroider for 15 minutes when I can be sewing while she's embroidering. So that's what's going on. All right, so what I've done on my apron, I'm going to go back to my screen now. Reen is embroidering right now. I sewed this together. And Molly, just make sure I have this right. I pressed this and folded it to the back side. Correct. And then I'm going to go and stitch in the ditch. This is the right side. I'm going to stitch in the ditch, correct?
Yes.
All right, let's go do that.
And you could do any kind of stitch there if you wanted to get fancy.
Okay.
But stitch in the ditch will work.
Let's see, what do I have? But I think I'm just going to stitch for now. But a decorative stitch would be really fun.
I used a blanket stitch on one.
Oh, that would be cute. That'd be cute with pink thread.
Mm-hmm.
So in case you don't know what stitch in the ditch is, I'm stitching right on the edge of this fold here. All right. So there's my pocket. The lower.
Looking good.
All right. So Arlene, I love that. Stitch in the ditch. All right. So Reen, are you did yours quit embroidering? I'll stop for a second and let you go.
Oh yeah, it's completely done now. So I'm going to take it out of the hoop.
So for those of you that aren't following, we're back to the embroidery. This is like a takeaway.
All right, so what we want to do on this is on this back side where we have our batting and our stabilizer, we want to trim close to the stitching all the way around, only through the batting and the stabilizer at this point. So let me get it started here, and then I'll show you what I mean. So we're just stitching, we're cutting the batting from the close to the stitching, and I'm going to go all the way around. This is going to keep the bulk out of the tip at the bottom, especially because this is a small item. It's going to be a little bit tougher to turn. So just start trimming. And I'm using big scissors because I saw Angela Wolf use these on. It's so easy, like I think last weekend. And you were talking about the bevel edge on the scissor.
Yeah.
And how you hold it. And look how close I can get with these big scissors. just going around, getting the batting and the stabilizer out of the way. So we're going all the way around.
Yeah, those
Kinda
scissors
hard.
are great. It just like slides and just
Right.
cuts right off.
Yeah, so make sure you really get it nice at the tip too, because we don't want any bulk there.
That looks great.
And then we're going to be ready to trim it again and turn it to the right side. Okay, so I got it all, the batting and the stabilizers off now.
Thanks, Nancy.
Clean up the bottom here a little bit. So then on the back side, on the fabric side, you're going to see your opening.
There you go.
Opening is here on the side, right here. I got my finger in it. So when we trim, we're going to trim. You'll notice there were two straight little lines that came off the side here at the opening. I'm going to take my scissors and trim to just about that line. Don't cut into those stitches. And then I'm going to start going around about 1/4 inch from my stitching all the way around. Now over here's my loop on this side. I don't want to cut through my little hanging loop, because if you cut it, then you start hanging it on something and pulling on it. You're probably going to pull it out if you do that. So leave it longer. So I might trim a little bit of it off, but see, I'm basically going to leave that there. Let me trim around here and I'll show you.
That's a good tip. And hey, Kathy, I see you wanted Reen to repeat the steps because she's moving faster than you. So here, when we're finished with this video, as soon as because we're live right now and you're live with us, you can go back and replay this as many times as you want. So just share it to your timeline and then it'll make it easier for you to find it. So you can replay it. And then when you replay it, you can hit stop and go and stop and go. So that might help you. All right, Reen. Oh, yeah. Okay.
I've got it all the way trimmed right now, and I'm ready to start to turn it. So I'm just going to reach inside the opening and just turn it to the right side here. This one's not too bad. I left a nice, generous size opening for you to be able to turn it. And I need my little tool. I'm just going to use a chopstick here because I want to get the bottom point out really nicely. It's important to get that bottom point out. You can see how nice I got it out. And then just take your tool and go around the inside and push that all out. And then I'm going to go press mine first before I do anything else to it. You'll turn the edge in. And if you have any fusible tape or maybe fusible glue, something like that, you could use that, or you could hand sew. Nobody likes to do that though. But I'm going to go press mine and be right back.
Nobody likes that. Christina said, looks like a carrot. It so does. Okay. So while she's pressing, Molly, why don't you let me know? We're going back to the apron for a minute. Molly,
Okay.
what should I do?
Pull out piece K. You only need the fabric piece, not the lining piece right now. It's going to be placed right side up, and you're going to put this pocket that you just created along the bottom of it. You're going to line up the edges. Of course, mine is not stitched, so it's not staying.
All right.
But once you line it all up, you baste all the way around about 1/4 inch. And then after we do that, we're ready to stitch the lines that are going to create the pockets in this pocket. And so one thing I want you to remember is to reinforce at the top. And you can use a triple stitch. That's what I used. If you don't have that, you could just use any stitch. Actually, a zigzag would work.
Triple stitch. So not the lining piece. The lining piece is longer, right? So that goes away.
Correct.
And I thought this black and the pink would look great because, okay, guys, just so you get a visual here, what this is going to start piecing to look like. And too late. I can't change my mind now because I don't have enough fabric, but this is where we're going with this. Isn't this looking fantastic? Oh my gosh, I'm loving this.
I love it.
I love this. And this was out of my stash. This is stuff I've had for like 2 years and haven't touched. So, all right, so here's this. And then maybe I should, I think I'm going to use wax chalk that will go away. Because what I did is I have this ready to mark these lines that you have.
Mm-hmm.
So these are the lines that we were supposed to mark on our fabric, right? For our stitching lines.
Right, but those could be changed to be anywhere along there that works out for you, depending on what you want to put in your pockets.
Oh, that's true. Like, let's see. I definitely want one for my phone because phones in your back pocket do not work well. Oh, that looks pretty good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move this one over just a little bit so I have a little more room for my phone. And if I just fold this back, there's one line. I don't know if you guys can see that okay. It's kind of hard with the white, but what did you say? You're just gonna have to trust me. All right, so let's mark up this line. And that would be a good spot for like a seam gauge or something like that. What do you put in your pockets, Molly?
A seam ripper.
Oh, yeah, heaven forbid we need that one.
A turning tool, a pencil, a pen.
Okay, so this is what I have, and I'm going to go and just stitch down on these lines, right?
And you're to baste around the outside too.
All this.
Yeah. Just to keep it lined up.
Okay, so I'll leave my phone there. We don't need that right now. I'm going to bring Reen back up so she can visit with us while we're doing this. How'd your pressing go, Reen?
It looks great because I use my clapper.
Oh, yes.
So now you can take your carrot and turn it to the, after you've got it pressed and everything, now you have to turn it through the pocket again. Okay, and let me get my little turning tool that's going to help me. And push the point out again. And after you get the point pushed out really nicely, you will go and give it one final press. And see, make sure you get that point out nice. That's important. It looks better if you have the point out nicely. You'll give it a press. When it folds down, the quilting is on the outside, okay? The little pocket doesn't have quilting. If you wanted quilting on the pocket, you'd have to do that first before you started. But then you would just install a snap, a piece of Velcro or something, and your scissor case is done.
That's so cute, Reen. And it's so easy. And I see a few people, yeah, I see a few people rolling in. Don't worry, this pattern is free. And Carol, a clapper is a piece of wood. You can find them on my website, but it gives a good pressing with a great crease. Ask the Wolfpack. And yes, you can rewatch, Joanne. All right, so hers is finished. Oh, I signed yours. That's right, Reen.
Yeah.
You signed mine too. Look.
Yeah. Oh, awesome. There's yours. Okay, so I'm going to keep now. That's finished. Oh, a lot of you have my clapper. Thanks, guys. The smaller one's great for travel, or, you know, you can do in the hoop things with the smaller one too. I didn't even realize that. All right, so I'm going back to sew. Oh, yours is coming together so good, Molly. I'll leave you guys up on the screen with me, and I'm going to go sew, but I want to first show you. Let me just show you the triple stitch that she was referring to. I'm going to, because I think that'll look nice on here. It looks like this. And it automatically goes on my machine to the left position. And I like to sew, well, it doesn't really matter, but I kind of like mine in the center. And also I'm going to change my stitch length to a 4.0. It's one of my favorite ones for denim. And let's see if I can just, close your eyes for a sec. I don't want you to get seasick, but I'm bringing you over so you can see me sew. Now, this machine has a couple cool features on it, which I love to take advantage of. And this is one place where this laser light really comes in handy. So if I'm going to put, this is going to be my stitch. And I saw somebody's comment, by the way, about making sure I made room for the thickness of my phone. So I'm going to stitch this line first, and then I'll put my phone in to make sure. So thanks for reminding me of that, because that'd be something where, all right, so I have this lined up on the chalk mark. There's my needle, and let's go ahead and, now the triple stitch goes back and forth. If you've made any of my jeans, you know that it's my favorite stitch ever for top stitching, even on jackets, anything in the garment side. So girls, did you know when you use that triple stitch, you can use, just regular universal thread, and it looks like designer top stitching when you're finished. Now, you can see my chalk mark in there too, but it looks great. Okay, so let's make sure I got enough room here. Put my phone.
Angela is asking what machine you're using.
Oh, I'm using the Brother Stellaire. This is the Brother Stellaire. Oh, you guys are right. I would not have room for my phone, and I don't like it to be too tight. So I'm going to actually, this line here, just pretend it's not there. What I'm going to do is move over this just a little ways. Turn my legs. I'm just going to line that line up with the edge of my foot. All right, so you guys sewing along? Because this apron is turning out really cute. It's kind of at the beginning, Molly, I wasn't sure about all the fabrics that I had.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm actually not going to use this line either. I'm going to put my foot next to it because I wanted just enough for a good Sharpie. I wasn't sure because I pieced these together and I thought, oh, if there's too much pink in one area, but the black, you girls had the best idea of adding some black to it because it just gives it that little bit of contrast that really makes it look cute.
Yeah,
well,
it's looking good.
We're going for the cuteness, right? Now this is wax chalk, not clay. Clay brushes off. Wax will press away. Now you always have to test it on your fabric, but I know that on this cotton it'll be fine. But if you're using like anything that has a silk base or polyester base, then you do not want to use wax chalk because it will leave a mark forever. And ever and ever and ever. And ask me how I know, because I used to alter prom dresses, and I made a big old mistake about 25 years ago.
Oh.
Okay, so this is, and I'm going to go press this away, and then you can show me what I have left. Oh, I'm supposed to stitch around it, aren't I?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Never mind, I'm back. So should I just baste or stitch with a regular stitch?
Just a baste.
Okay, so for those of you that don't know what a basting stitch is, that is just change your stitch length to a 5.0 or however high you can get your machine to go. So maybe like 1/4 of an inch?
Yeah, exactly.
Good guess, huh?
Yep.
No messing around over here. It's a basting stitch, so if it's crooked, it probably is a little bit crooked because I'm leaning over the sewing machine, but if not, we're good. Okay. So here is this entire piece. I'll go back and just show this to you and make sure I did this right. So I'm gonna bring you girls up with me and I'll go to the cutting table. Let me just give it a quick pressing. See, you can see all of these really deep white lines that I didn't use for stitching. If I press it, it just disappears. It's like magic.
I've never used that before.
Yeah, it's oh gosh, it's great. You can get it at any sewing machine, retailer. Probably a lot of the brother dealers that you guys have near you will probably have them too.
I'll check it out.
How's it looking?
Beautiful.
Looks great.
Now these are paper scissors that I don't usually use, but I'm just going to cut that right. It's bugging me. All right. Am I done?
You are done for today, Angela.
Let me just make sure my phone fits in here. Oh, yay. Perfect. And a pen. Oh, this is
A
awesome.
ruler.
A ruler. Molly, I'm very excited. It's really coming together.
It really is.
Awesome.
And I laid mine out so I could see what it's starting to look like.
Yeah, yours is really looking cute.
So tomorrow we'll put the zipper in, we'll add the cash pocket, and we'll just finish it up.
That looks great. So there's just a couple questions. Did that pocket have interfacing or just lining? Just lining on mine. I could see though, if you were using a really, really thin cotton for that pocket, like a real thin cotton batiste or something, you might need a little interfacing to give it some support. I don't know. Have you girls had any problems with that? The pocket getting out of whack?
I haven't.
I haven't used interfacing for that.
Okay, then don't worry about it. Oh, thanks, guys. And Molly is a very good teacher. I'm just making sure you guys don't have any questions for us before we roll. So tomorrow, what do I have to have ready for tomorrow?
Do you have your zipper?
No.
It needs to be 12 inches long or longer. And then you'll need just the rest of the pieces, which are the lining for the main piece, the lining for, or that's going to be your cash pocket. And then piece G, which is going to go above here.
Okay.
We put it all together.
I have all of that. I have to go through my stash. I'm sure I have a zipper somewhere. The thing is
you do.
I have a gazillion hidden zippers. I don't know how many of the other zippers I have, but I'm sure I do somewhere. Or I'm going to have to improvise, but I'm pretty sure I have a zipper. If I don't, that's really bad. Out of all the stuff around here, I got to find a zipper. Oh, very cute. So you got your homework for tomorrow. Cut the rest of the pieces. Oh, Sandy says she loves her project, Reen. And yes, you could use hook and loop tape, Susan. That's exactly what I was thinking, that could be a second option if I had to. I'm sure I have. Hold on. I just for laughs, I just have to look. Okay? Just so you know, and you can answer the questions for me while I'm going to get this.
I
I
can't
saw a
see
lot
the
of people
questions.
finish their scissor case already. And if you did,
Oh, really?
I'd love to see them. So be sure to post them.
Okay.
Yep.
Hold on. I'm coming. I can't get around that way.
Sounds like you're dragging something big with you.
This is how I store my zippers.
I wonder if she has as many as I do, Reen.
Nobody has as many.
I have
as
a
you do.
thousand. I
Do
have
you?
1,000 zippers. Oh, I seriously do.
So I have, these are all metal. Does metal work or should you use plastic?
I don't think we should use metal. Let's not use metal.
Let's see. I
You're going
have,
to have to sew over it at some point.
I
Yeah.
have all my labels for my garments. So I can put a label, a nice big label on there. I have hidden zippers. I have blinged up zippers. More hidden zippers. Clear elastic. Oh, look at this gold zipper. This is kind of fun. Jean zippers for the fly. That's an awful short fly. More jean zippers, metal zip. Wait. What are these? Ha! Oh, guess what? Oh, it's a hidden zipper. Pink. How long does it have to be?
12 inches or longer, I think.
I think we're
It
safe.
looks like it'll work.
It is 14 inches. Yay. I also have black. I wonder what. And
We'll
by
have
the
to
way,
check it out.
the only drawer of this kind of zipper, and there's only maybe 6 in there. You thought I was kidding. I really wasn't kidding.
Well, I'm glad you have one.
Oh, okay. I'm good. We're good. I got my project. You guys have your stuff cut for tomorrow. Now, tomorrow is an interesting day. Tomorrow, we're going to finish the apron. I'm reading your comments. You guys are hilarious. And then, Reen, you won't be here tomorrow. We're going to miss you.
Yeah, we will miss you.
Barb, you can find a clapper on my website if you'd like mine, and I sign it for you too if you want. Not that that'll get you anything, but hey, you never know. You might get a cup of coffee, trade somebody. So, Reen, we're going to miss you tomorrow, but it'll be Molly. And then Joanne's popping in because she made a bunch of aprons and she's going to show some of her aprons. And Cindy Hogan's jumping in because she has blinged up a bunch of her aprons to give you guys ideas in case you're just following along and you haven't sewn yet or you're going to sew your next one. And then the big sewing machine giveaway. We're giving away another Brother sewing machine tomorrow. Thanks to Brother for letting us take over the page. So, all right, where do you find the pattern? If you go back and watch this video, look at down below. I have all of our websites. Molly's website for her apron, Reen's website, go to her Facebook group. I think that's about it. Ask Reen about, okay, Dorothy, hold on. I like your top. That's how I noticed. I'm like, oh, I like that top. Dorothy wants to know, ask Reen about slip stitching the opening.
You can hand stitch the little opening if you want to. You can use fusible tape. You can use fusible glue. Close it up any way you want to. And after you get it closed, you turn it again through that pocket so that the pocket is on the inside, the side that does not have the quilting. And when the flap folds down, you see the quilting.
Great. Looks good. What time tomorrow? Yeah, you could use duct tape. You could use staples. You want to give me some more ideas? Lorraine, tomorrow the show is on the Brother Sews page, Facebook and YouTube at noon Eastern Standard Time. Noon Eastern Standard Time, because then we're all going to just relax for Memorial Day weekend, right? Reminder, sewing machine giveaway. Yes, that's what I said. And how can you sign up for the sewing machine giveaway? I will post a link here. But if you go to angelawolf.com, there's a link there. I send out an email. It's in my group. It's everywhere. So I'll post another one here, though, for you. And also by leaving a comment today, you're in there. So girls, this has been a lot of fun. And Reen, we'll miss you tomorrow, but thank you for the great project. Molly, thanks for giving us a last look at the apron, and we'll look forward to seeing your smiling face tomorrow. And have a wonderful day, everyone. Happy sewing.
Bye.
See you tomorrow.